but I know I'm Jewish and I'm proud to be a Jew, an Australian Jew.
In 1939, the Second World War commenced. In this time, Adolf Hitler was the leader of Germany from 1934 to the end of the Second World War in 1945. He committed to many acts against the Jewish population because of his long hatred towards them. By January 1942, 3 years into the war, after holding the majority of the population in concentration camps for 3 years, he attempted acts of genocide against the Jewish population. By the end of his political life and the end of his real life, he managed to abolish 6 million Jews. However, it is seen by society that it is not only the detriment of his killing spree which hurt families, but it was also the crushing stories passed on from generations.
Coming out of the Holocaust, some people gave up their religion because they were so they couldn't understand how anybody could treat people like that. Other people became religious and believed in God and had faith in God.
And they dropped like flies. I mean, imagine sick people, old like my age now, kids. That was the idea. That's why it's called death march. So really only a few hundred people got to Mauthausen, which is about past Vienna in Austria, about 500 kilometers away. My father was on that one, death march. He got as far as Bruck an der Leitha, which is an Austrian village inside Austria, where he collapsed. He couldn't walk, his legs were frozen, and the guard who was on horseback saw him lying there, got off his horse, he smashed his skull and killed him.
To give you an example, we had a dental students' society, and we had it was in third year uni from memory. We had an annual general meeting, and we were appointing or voting for electing is the word I'm thinking of. We were electing a committee, a president and a treasurer and a secretary, and I was nominated as the treasurer, and a non-Jewish bloke, I remember on my left, he said, "Hey fellas, we don't want a Jew handling our money, you know."
I saw Jews who were shackled in trees, they had the stars on them, coming past our truck. We all stopped and we thought, well, what's going to happen? And the guard said, don't you stop because you're going to join them. Those Jews were taken no more than 50, 60, 70 meters on the other side, lined them up in threes. And what I saw was that the guard suddenly went behind the tree, stopped in the middle, took his revolver out, put the gun at the fellow's head and pulled the trigger, killed the guy. What with that, he shoved the other two who were shackled to them into the water, and as they came up from the water, he just stood there and put the bullets through their faces.
Everyday people.
Yeah, I think they're just normal people. I don't
Don't judge a book by its cover. They're just regular people with a religion. Yeah, like everyone else. Yeah. Well, I have a couple friends that are Jewish, and they're just the same as all my other friends.
They're kind of like the same. Like there are different sorts of religions, and just because they're a different religion doesn't mean that they're any different to anybody else.
Yes, I think everyone should be equal.
Doesn't mean being Jewish doesn't mean you're bad. Same thing with color or race. We're all human.
It's just like their religion, so they're just the same. Yeah, it's just like a different sort of religion. Yeah, different way.
They're no different. Like, I don't see why they're discriminated.
Even though the majority of people in today's society disagree with discrimination, it is important not to forget the tragedies of the Holocaust.